Okay. Crisis has been averted. Nathan has made it back into the building. Through no help from me. Someone else, you know, outside let them in, but it's the thought that counts, probably. We'll play one more game. I'm kind of curious to see if, if right here and now we can take this deck to 3 wins and take it further than I've ever gone before. Whoops. That's not how anything works. Let's just do this, Let's see if we can make this happen. Alright. Erythor. Alright, so my opponent's on the play. Two cards. Most of our deck works with 2 lands, so I think we'll play this out. If we're late on a land drop, that does suck, but we actually have action if we wait 1 extra turn or something, so it's not the end of the world. But our opponent probably is pretty good. Our opponent's deck is probably quite strong. So there's the non-land. But here's a jousting dummy. May I interest you in a jousting dummy in this trying time? Playing Gruul, they're probably pretty aggro. But I do die to Barge in here. So considering I died to Barge in, I think I'm going to just let them hit me. Well, here's something. I kind of want to play a 2-drop and a 1-drop, but I don't really have that option. They didn't do anything, which is interesting. So I guess they didn't have a follow-up to that. Raiding Redcap is pretty good, and we can pretty much get like a perfect read on whether our opponent has a combat trick by playing it, because they probably won't attack a 3/1 into a 1/2 double strike unless they have a way to pump it out of our range, or they'll just kill it. Scorching Dragonfire, pretty good target for that. So we'll take another 3 here, which is not great. Not ideal for us. Got an Ogre Errant. Ugh, good for a Redcap melee. The other thing is we can Scorching Dragonfire and Rimrock Knight on our opponent's turn. It's pretty good. I'll probably play out the Jousting Dummy, and then we still have Rimrock Knight mana to block with. Yeah, that seems good. Ironically, we're playing a much more controlling deck than our opponent is. We just have more cards in hand, we have some instant speed stuff that we're hoping to use. But we do want to flip the script eventually, because a Gruul aggro deck probably scales better into the late game than ours does. Certainly. Right, so we can't just block the Rimrock Knight, so I totally forgot about giving Menace, so we made the correct call, considering I totally forgot. We'll play Boulder Rush on the Jousting Dummy to hopefully trade. Okay. I let that through because I was really certain there was a combat trick coming. But maybe I'm fretting needlessly. Ideally, our next draw will be another land so that we can... Oh! Okay. So they get the removal. Fuck. Probably go ahead and Scorching Dragonfire now. play out 2 creatures. Probably one of these will get Scorching Dragon fired, which then protects these 2 suckers from getting Scorching Dragon fired. But our deck on the defensive pours extremely poorly against this Ogre Errant. It's 3/4. Yeah, it's quite bad. Quite bad. And they have mana for the Scorching Dragon fire to really kind of ruin our day. We can probably get them to, in response to the Bargain, use the Scorching Dragon fire, but that doesn't seem very good. I'd much rather play it a little slow. Give up the red cap raiders, probably. Because presumably they want to spend their mana, so they're going to Scorching Dragon fire it. Yup. Okay, so we're going to take 3 more. They're flooding a little, which is kind of nice. So our plan next turn is to hopefully... Oh, we're flooding a little. So our plan right now... Well, with 6 mana, it actually kind of changes our plans, because we can just Jousting Dummy twice to trade with the Ogre Errant, so the Hengewalker becomes less important. It can come down afterwards and start doing stuff. Oh. Well. We're in real danger now, but we can't make that block, otherwise we definitely will just lose, because they'll just keep slamming it and we can't do anything about it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, this is the risk you take when you have 17 lands in an aggro deck. So they're kind of aggressive-ish, more so than we were, certainly. We also had a slower start, sort of. Yeah. Play out the Hengewalker, so now we can double block and still pump the Jousting Dummy, and if something goes, gives it an extra point of toughness. Of course, Bargain just wins the game. Her removal spell pretty much just wins the game. Yeah, we're going to double block here. Presumably they have like a Bargain or something to at least make this trade bad. Oh. Draw card. Okay, so they're just drawing 5 cards. They'll probably lose the game now, because our opponent just got to draw 5 cards. Oh my god. Alright, okay. Well, we just lose now, because, you know, they can attack. This creature can't block, so we can't win with just 1 Bargain, so we'll go to game 2. Well, our meteoric rocket to 2-0 is stopped fairly short by probably a objectively better rule deck. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the spinning wheel in there. If we get flooded out, it'll let us stop things like the, you know, what happened to us with that, Rosethorn Halberd or Ogre Errant. This wasn't doing all too much, especially if we end up on the defensive. This does a lot worse. So, in fact, assuming we end up on the defensive again, I'd rather have a 3/3. The difference in power there is not too stark, because we do have to tap down a creature to make the red cap raider work. In fact, it might be worth mainboarding only one of the red cap raiders and putting the other Hengewalker in, just because it's a 3/3 that, you know, sure it's a vanilla, but it's not too bad. It's not terrible. Our opponent has a lot of red threats. I mean, like Ogre Errant is a really good melee target, and that doesn't make a sack of lands, so this hand seems quite good. We are on the play, though, so we have a really strong propensity to miss a land drop. Keeping a 2-lander like that, but get a little lucky. Pretty helpful. Another Rimrock Knight. Pretty good. Go ahead and we'll swing our 2-1 into the 3-1. Okay. We'll let the damage through. Play the spinning wheel now. We can redcap melee if something happens. It's pretty severe, but... Oh right, that can't block. That wasn't even an option for them, of course. No der. The redcap raiders are just pretty good. It's a decent redcap melee target if they tap down another creature. We are certainly happy to swing our 2... Yeah, I think we're happy to swing our 2-1 into it. If they choose to block a trade, we have a 3-3 coming down, and we still have the ability to redcap melee because we have spinning wheel. I'm just going to go ahead and pay Adamant, you know? I don't think I'm going to tap this for blue. So they're missing their green. I don't know how heavy green their deck is, but let's see what they think. So they are just going to attack with both. So we'll go ahead and we'll block here, probably. So we'll play the Ogre out. Makes sense. We'll redcap melee in response. So we'll go ahead and we'll attack with a Jousting Dummy. We're going to play the Raging Redcap. We have 1 mana for Boulder Rush, which can be used on the defensive. It's not like Barge In, which is really good protection against like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a pump spell. Not that it mattered because I just played Ogre to pass, and now I'm not quite sure what to do. Considering just attacking, I can play another Jousting Dummy out. If they block with anything, I can always barge in. Play another Jousting Dummy. Okay. Sure. More than welcome to make that unblockable, essentially. We'll double up on you. Pass, okay. So we'll go down to 10. Totally play the Hengewalker again, which is fine by me. We will pay Adamant. We're going to pass the turn this time around, so we can eat the Rimrock Knight if we need to. But starting next turn, we can start swinging in. Oh god. They got a forest down. We're in danger. This was a similar land distribution to last game, so I'm assuming they have like just a handful of green cards, probably the best green cards, like just however many Rosethorn Halberds they have, that Garrett Wildspeaker card, and then Grumgully. So putting that on Gingerroot is big game, and it means we need to win the game really fast. Can't do a damn thing. Alright. Pretty decent. Ferocity of the Wild is going to add a large amount of damage to the board. A lot more than it would appear. As the Raging Red Cap, you know, basically any power you give it is doubled. So we're going to start by giving this thing... So this will put Lethal down. If they, in response, use a... No? Okay. So it does seem like we have the ability to kind of like hold out. They're probably still a little bit more aggressive than us. So I'm not too upset about this. This actually hasn't impressed me all that much thus far. I think we're good. I think we're good like that. Okay, so this is a match. This is a real match. Got two strong aggro decks up against each other. This is completely unkeepable. 2 lands, and then every single card is a 1-drop, and our opponent's going first. Already off to a really rocky start. We'll keep... Oh, it's still bad. Well, this game is already probably just decided by the opening hand. I think if we lose one more card, we probably are guaranteed to lose, where we could potentially get lucky and draw into action in our deck. Oh, okay, so they are just a little bit more green than I thought. That's going to be pretty good. Maybe they were playing suboptimally last game. Oh. Well, this is a very strong start from our opponent. Probably going to lose this one. Thank you very much, Shuffler, for doling me out this excellent hand. Okay, well, better lucky than good, I guess. Well, no, they're mono green. I have no idea what this deck was supposed to do, but I want to save this for something important, but damn. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I just top decked 3 lands in a row, and I'm about to drop Ferocity Wild with the first card I play. What a joke. Thankfully, Grumgully is red, because, well, at least we have something. Bloody hell. This doesn't even pair well against blocking the Wildwood Tracker because it trades with it. But I feel like I'm probably going to have to trade. Yeah. For sure. No complaints from me. Garenbrig Carver, or... Oh, now they have Bargain. Okay. Well. Brutal. I think we're just going to play Sarkara, and hopefully we can just maybe ping those 2 down if we get lucky. Obviously, mulliganing twice and then top decking 3 lands pretty much sealed our fate. Nothing you can really, no amount of good play can really fix that. I'm gonna not block, because I think I want to be able to ping the Ginger Brute. Is there anything for 1 green that does something there? Okay, well I'm going to play the 2/3. Draw a card. Red cap melee. Excellent draw for us. Tap down. Kill the Ginger Brute. The real question is, do I kill the Ogre now while there's a very low chance they have a combat trick? Because I don't think there's any single green instant speed combat tricks. There's no giant growth in this set, so I think the answer is yes, because I don't want to risk them getting a barge in when they're attacking, or like a Garebreak Carver when they have more mana available. So we're just going to go right ahead and we're just going to kill that now. And we will play out the Jousting Dummy, just in case they have Scorching Dragonfire for the Clockwork Servant. I find it unlikely that we stabilize, quote-unquote, from this position, but we definitely aren't dead, and our opponent has, like, no cards in hand. But they still have more resources than us to abuse. I'll make them use a combat trick if they have it. Rimrock Knight. Oh, I see. So they just trade. Okay. That's probably the correct play then. No, I think I need to be able to kill the Rimrock Knight when it comes down. So we'll kill that with Sarkara. It's gonna get trample. I guess I should have killed that first, actually, to prevent 1 more damage. That was a mistake. It's a total error on my part. Putting me very close to death. We will kill Rimrock Knight now. Okay, we're going to ping you and we're going to try and draw not a mountain. I needed you to be better than that. Fortunately, Bargain doesn't do anything for us. If they have anything with haste, we're basically dead. Well, we can kill the Merrileaf Rider. You are joking. I mean, I guess we're almost halfway through our deck. It just feels very bad. And it's still quite unlikely, but it's not like impossibly unlikely. So they're going to attack with a Merrileaf Rider. We're going to block with Sarkara before we tap it, because if they pump it, this prevents us from dying, because Sarkara will still be the blocker. Whereas if we just assume that they didn't have it, would have died there. Okay, Red Cap Raider is a good card. Or Raging Red Cap, rather. If we had 1 more thing to do. Scorching Dragonfire is a thing to do. I'm gonna just attack with the Red Cap Raider. Okay, this will kill you. No, it won't. We'll trade. Alright. Or we get Sarkar in response to. We also now have Bargain available. So we're just gonna keep attacking with the red carburetor. We might actually win this game, which is kind of crazy to think about. So they got Outmuscle. In response, we will Scorching Dragonfire the Rosethorn Halberds, the Rosethorn Acolytes, so they do not have the ability to fight us. Okay, that's a huge blowout. That's a real beating for our opponent. I'm also going to start using Sarkara to ping them on their end step, because I think whatever we lose off of Sarkara is probably not so good that... Just kidding. Of course it's Searing Barrage. Obviously we're not going to kill either of our creatures. We do have lethal right now, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to attack. They have no blocks, so we will buff our Raging Red Cap, and we will deal lethal to our opponent. Wow, I can't believe we won that game. Especially with how bad we flooded out. What a journey that game was. I'm really happy. That was a really fitting turn of events to finally break our kind of mediocrity streak, and we finally got a deck to 3 wins, which is pretty awesome. Very excited about that. We're 3-0. Wow, that's awesome. Let's check the time. Oh god, it's midnight? Oh no. That's not good decision making. I'm gonna go ahead and call it there, because at least that's not, horrible decision making. Would be moving on when I'm a little tired and probably should be having a halfway decent sleep schedule. So very exciting to finally break through that 2x window. No matter what happens, we are going to finish with enough gems to do another draft, and that always feels very good. So, hopefully we can push this deck all the way to the 5-win territory, and we'll see how it goes.